today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the man from Old Dominion at quarterback, the 28-year-old Taylor Heineke. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Working with his 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A first down throw for Heineke. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
2nd and 8. Looking to throw, Heineke. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And Crosby puts it through. And it's 3-0 Washington. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The DN Jonathan Allen making sure his presence is felt. To try again after the sack. Winston. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another 1st down as well. From the shotgun, it's Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. To the air again with Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Winston. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun. Winston. That is caught. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
They go play action. Now Heineke. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 77 yards. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Off the play fake, Winston. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception. Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Heineke. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Heineke. Flushed out right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On second down, a run with Gibson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a
touchdown. Adam Humphries, 33 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to
and the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you? I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Tackle made by Chase Young. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Winston to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off. A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Winston. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Winston. And the pressure gets to him again. Montez Sweat in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and goal. Winston. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Yeah, boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Winston now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 21-yard line. A big pickup there on the run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Throwing, Winston. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed.
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Here's Winston. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Here's Heineke. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down at 4. Winston. That's complete to Troutman, right side. A first down throw for Winston. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Gibson again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 116 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Gibson here running out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, Gibson. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Heineke now. Got his target, Samuel. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. One more time with Gibson. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson his second touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And these guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Baltimore.
Crab cakes will be waiting for us, partners. We head to the airport.
Heck yeah.